Welcome back. You're watching NewsX with me, Malvika, and our big focus this hour, Indian equity benchmarks skyrocketed today with the Sensex gaining 1,200 points and the Nifty jumping 1.5% following US President Donald Trump's announcement of a finalized peace deal with Iran and the reopening of the crucial Strait of Hormuz shipping route. The BSE Sensex surged roughly 1,200 points, that is nearly 1.6%, right at the opening bell to hit 76,725.27 points, while the NSE Nifty 50 jumped nearly 360 points by 1.53% to start the session at 23,984.85. Broader markets also participated in the rally with Nifty Small Cap 100 and Nifty Mid Cap 100 indices advancing 1.62% and 1.43% respectively. All sectoral indices on the NSE were trading in positive territory. HDFC Bank in fact led gains among heavyweight stocks, rising 2%. Analysts also noted that the Reserve Bank of India's new NRI deposit scheme could benefit the bank by attracting long-term foreign currency inflows, improving liquidity and easing margin pressure. Infrastructure major Larsen & Toubro gained 3.2%, supported by its significant exposure to West Asia. We have Mithali Nikor, economist, joining us on the broadcast for more. Mithali, of course, we are seeing a high, both BSE and Sensex and Nifty 50 opening pretty high this morning. Do you think, of course, is this a durable reset or more of a relief rally with this announcement of the peace deal between the United States and Iran?
No, I definitely think, Malvika, that this is a very critical moment, but I don't think that this is a durable rally. I think this is still part of, the volatility that we've seen over the last 3 to 4 months. And I think that if there is even a hint of the peace deal not going through for any reason throughout this week, we could see even heightened volatility. So I think what we are seeing right now is a rally of relief, a rally of, a lot of investors saying, okay, hopefully, finally, the peace deal is coming through, things are going to settle down, but it is not durable.
Absolutely. So what, according to you, are some key indicators that investors should be watching over this week? Because, the US president said that it's on Friday that the final agreement will be signed. And as you said, some volatility is to be expected till then. What indicators should we look out for in this particular week?
So I think in this week, the first indicator, which is most critical, is around oil prices. We have to watch, all investors and market analysts, we all have to watch the oil prices very closely, the Brent crude prices and also the futures indices, because that builds in the expectations of international investors of long-term, longer-term futures that are expected in the oil markets, and also it helps to build in expectations about the easing of the oil shock, the real oil shock, not only the trading of the oil, but really, coming in from the Middle Eastern markets, what are we actually seeing about the oil supplies? So one is the oil price indicators and the future indicators, and the second would be the oil quantity and supply announcements that might come in through the week from different Gulf countries. I also think it's worth it to follow the gold prices this week, because the gold prices really will tell us, are different categories of investors factoring in higher or heightened amount of risk, or are we going to see stable gold prices, which can be an indication of the fact that long-term investors and institutional investors think that this peace deal is here to stay?
Absolutely. Mithali, I request you to stay on with us. In fact, Dr. Sharat Kohli, senior economist, also joins us on the broadcast. Sir, of course, we're speaking about this market rally that is being witnessed today, with both Sensex and Nifty 50 opening pretty high this morning. And with the announcement of this peace deal, how are you viewing this? Is there volatility to be expected further on, or do you think that this rally will continue over this week? Yes, Dr. Sharat Kohli with this.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Malvika, to you and the viewers. Well, we should not forget that there is a man called Donald Trump in between. So 5 days for me before the deal gets signed on Friday, becomes 5 years because he can change 3 times a day, number one. Number two, Israel is a big factor. And because Israel hasn't really given any statement, and he's been told off by Donald Trump that he did a mistake by firing on Lebanon yesterday. So those are some of the risks. But I think it appears now that Donald Trump may not break into kinetic war again. So assuming that things are going to be good, I think we'll have to wait till Friday when Strait of Hormuz opens and the supply of energy, oil and gas and other stuff resumes. So I hope that inflation takes a downward trend now, which markets would definitely love. But I think it'll be a bit too early because to my mind as an economist, I can tell you that, inflation cannot be reversed immediately. It's like seepage in a wall. It takes a while, even if you kill the source, it takes a while to dry up. So this is going to take a while and the markets, will be very cautious. I won't say that the markets will go over the board on all these 5 days. I think the markets would like to wait for Friday as to what is the final deal like. Because basically this is not a deal. Malvika accuses this is a compromise on part of America because, the uranium is there, uranium not taken, Khamenei not taken, $12 billion of frozen assets, being released. So it's not a deal, it's a compromise. So we'll have to wait and see, Malvika, before I think market operators, investors, traders need to be careful and cautious. I'll wait for the party till Saturday, Malvika.